Hey, everyone. Welcome to Happy Hour Hangout. I am Jess. It is so good to see all of your lovely faces in the chat. I am joined today by a friend of mine. You might know her. She's been around the industry doing all kinds of wonderful things. We've got Anna-Maria here. Hello, Anna-Maria. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing okay. Let me say hello to everybody in the chat. We've got Gus is here. We've got James is here. Phantom Meeple is here. Anyone else that's just lingering, lurking while they're working, greetings to you all. It has been quite the Wednesday, and so I am ready to play a game. How are you, Anna Maria?
It's well, the past couple of days have been pretty busy.
Yeah,
so
just a little bit.
just say here. So I've got a cup of tea. I'm ready to play a game, chill out for a little bit. Sounds fantastic.
Yes. So today we are going to be playing Floriferous from Pencil First Games. Their Kickstarter launched yesterday. And
Yes.
when we were talking off camera for a little while, you were saying that the Kickstarter is like over 100% funded.
Yes, we are at almost 350 at this point. So
Holy smokes.
34,000. Yep. We were on track. I was so both elated and bummed yesterday. A Kickstarter had an unannounced maintenance right in the middle of the
Oh,
evening last night. We were on track to have the best first day of any pencil first game, and they shut down at like 8 o'clock. And it was like, but
bummer.
no, it was like only $600 away too. So it was like, what are you gonna do? But
Yeah. Yeah. Well, congratulations in advance
thank you.
for the success and to everybody that was a part of that
Oh
production. It's
yeah.
going to be so amazing. Highly encourage everybody to check it out and don't let it dissuade you that it's fully funded. That just means that more cool stuff can be coming ahead. So, just jump in, dive right into all the goodness that is going to be in this game. So, um,
100%.
yeah, it's gonna be really cool. So we're gonna do a tabletop simulator implementation of it today, and
Yes.
then we're also gonna be talking about the Kickstarter. I have the Kickstarter page up so folks can kind of view it and see what everything's going on. James says that this game is great, and he loves that it's getting love on Kickstarter. Yeah, it's been really cool. And then Phantom Meeple said he's gonna hop around and lurk and work. But he wanted to say everyone here is awesome. So we think you're awesome
Oh, thank
too.
you.
Thank you so much. The Twitch community, I mean, we were talking about how just Twitch has been this kind of new kind of platform, or new-ish, not necessarily new per se, but new-ish for
Right.
board gamers and people in the industry. And so how is your experience, Anna Maria, in like getting onto Twitch? Because I know with Girls Game Shelf, you all were doing a lot of like YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
Did you ever find like a difference between the communities that you saw on YouTube versus what you're like experiencing now on Twitch?
Yeah, absolutely. So we really jumped on Twitch as the pandemic was happening. We had made, I think Kiki and I had done one really silly drunk late night Twitch stream before lockdown started, before we headed to Dice Tower West, because that was a cutoff point for both of us. We both went to Dice
Okay.
Tower West, went home, and then wound up in lockdown.
Uh,
Right there at the beginning, it was really interesting to see that it was a much smaller community, but everybody was looking for something and looking for a way to interact with people. And it offered something that YouTube didn't, because you could be right there in the chat, talk to people as they were doing it. Our videos were somewhat polished, so you didn't always get to see some of the zaniness that went on behind the scenes, as it were. And Twitch just puts it right out there for everyone to see live. So I think it was a really different experience, but I like the experience. So like Phantom Meeple, I will sometimes just drop in on people during the day to see what they're up to. So, and I love that.
yeah, some of us have coined the phrase the drive-by hi on Twitch, where we're just like, hi, I can't stay, but just want to say hi. I hope your stream is good. And then you click out, or you're lurking. And so you're kind of not really focusing on the chat and what's actually going on the stream. But I think as a newbie streamer, I think I also just love that in the sense of like people are just here, and I can't tell you, Anna-Maria, how many times I've had people go, "Hey, I'm here. I'm actually making dinner right now, or I'm trying to put my kids to bed, but
Right?
hi," you know, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I'm like a part of your day now." Like this is just so
It's
sweet.
so sweet.
Yeah, I love it. So like shout out to all of you lovely people that have followed me on this whole Twitter journey, a Twitch journey, and all the people that have just encouraged me and supported me while I'm like trying to like get my head around this stuff, because I'm an analog type person. Like I need the physical board game in front of me and like doing the bits and everything. And so like
Right?
learning Tabletop Simulator and Tabletopia and all of those things was a new experience for me too. And so I just love this community so much, and how we're like, all right, we're all just gonna hunker down and do it. Like here we go. So I think it's just been totally, totally awesome. And I just love how you have gotten to like transition from doing stuff on YouTube with the Girls Game Shelf and then now working for Pencil First, and how that has been pretty much just kind of like an open arms kind of thing. Like I feel like you just got embraced wholeheartedly over there, and they were just like, Anna-Maria's coming over? Yes. Like, and so how have you seen yourself in that realm of like going from doing things like the Girls Game Shelf and having that set group of people to doing something like directly for a publisher?
So I actually started working for the two at the same time, and that's something a lot of people don't know. Because I wasn't doing a lot of the Twitch and the camera stuff initially.
Uh-huh.
Kiki was still doing video for the first year that I was with Girls Game Shelf, so I was largely editing the blog and doing the social media behind the scenes. And at the same time, I was doing Pencil First social media. It was kind of those two were my first big forays into any type of board game social
Okay.
media, so that was a super learning curve. Um, and it was the experiences I was having at Girls Game Shelf, though, that I was able to bring over to Pencil First and talk about, okay, well, we've moved into Twitch streaming. We should talk about getting our games onto Twitch, or, Pencil First Celebration Day that we held last year at the beginning of December. Was from things that I had learned from putting together Shelf-a-Palooza a few months before that. So I kind of took a lot of the things that I was doing and experimenting with in content creation, where you have a little bit more freedom because you're kind of running the show, and then was able to take those over into publishing, where sometimes the stakes can be a little bit higher. So I
Yeah.
think it was an interesting synergy for sure.
Yeah, and it's so funny you mentioned Shelfapalooza, because that was actually one of my first streams that I did
Really?
was for you all. Yeah, and so I remember just getting involved, and I was doing a few things through like Haba with like the virtual conventions and things like that. But that first total like, here we are, here's Twitch, and so that's really cool how we all kind of like found our way, found our connection somehow. So,
Yeah.
silly transition though, Anna-Maria. I don't know if you've ever watched our channel, but I have a co-host. Her name is Selma, and
Yes.
James has redeemed some Where's Selma channel points.
Yay! I'm so
So
glad.
here she is for everyone for their viewing pleasure. This is Gamer Kitty
Oh.
Selma. She's my lovely co-host and destructor of all board game pieces on tables. But we love her to death. And I think she was probably interrupted with her naps, because she's kind of not even looking at me right now, which means like, Mom, I was not ready. I did not put my makeup on today. So, but there, there she is. We'll give you channel points have been redeemed. So thank you, James, for that. I will let Soma get back to her kitty duties. Um,
Naps are important.
yeah. I I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed having naps. Um, it's not just for kids and cats. I also enjoy it as well. So now that we're into this whole kind of like Twitch streamer, virtual content, virtual conventions kind of thing, how have you seen the industry like maybe grow or like diversify, or have you ever seen any changes like since we're in this kind of like pandemic time?
I think the biggest thing that has stood out to me is how it has improved accessibility for folks. I know, especially the first couple of virtual cons that we did as Girls Game Shelf, people would say in the middle of the stream, I've never been to Gen Con before. I've never been to a convention like this before. I can't go. I can't navigate the vendor hall. There isn't good accessibility during panels for people who can't hear, and being able to stream those panels and those gameplays allowed a ton of people who previously had not had that experience to kind of experience it with us. So while the people who had been to conventions were experiencing them in a new way, a whole group of people who'd never even gotten to have that, the adventure of board gaming with other folks were getting to. And for me, that took away some of the sadness there was that we couldn't get together in a big space physically and hang out, because the idea that suddenly we were able to welcome all these people into the fold who, for whatever reason, people who live in places that there just aren't board game conventions, or can't afford to hop in a plane and take 6 days off of work and go sit in Indianapolis for a week, right? So it opened the doors, I think, for a lot more people to be able to experience this thing. And I liked that. I really hope to see a lot of conventions continue that and have some type of virtual space that's affiliated with a convention, even if it's on a slightly smaller scale. It would be great if Gen Con or Origins would just leave a live feed camera up in one of the panel rooms and just run it, right? So people can watch along. Essen's been doing that for a couple of years now. I have a friend who goes to Essen every year virtually in on his couch in DC. So I think that a lot of conventions could do that. So that was the big takeaway for me, was we have the technology. Let's use this so everyone can be involved.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. It seemed like the accessibility thing was one of the biggest factors and drive for a lot of us in the industry to keep going. It's like, now, how can we still maintain connection? How can we still be able to bring cool content? How can we still be able to have these great games available for folks? And I mean, kudos to everybody that developed, Tabletop Simulator and Tabletopia, and even Board Game Arena, and
Right.
Yukata, and all of those other things, that had put in the time and effort to go, you know what? We could get totally more connection, even still, in this kind of online platform. And it's just been a beautiful thing. Yes, it's not perfect. And yes, we are. I know for me, I'm still longing to see everybody's beautiful
Oh, sure.
faces again.
Yeah.
I can't tell you, there's like this Twitter thread that's going around. It's like, I can't wait to hug somebody. So I think a lot of us are just waiting for that convention space to kind of reopen again and just stay connected. But for now, this is a decent alternative. I wouldn't say it's great, because sometimes people get fatigued by looking at screens all day, and they're doing it from home as their work schedules, or they're teaching their kids. And so I can
Sure.
understand having that screen time can be really difficult, but um, managing it well, I think, is going to be a good thing. Although I do encourage everybody to take your screen breaks, take a walk outside, sit on your front porch, drink some tea, get in that fresh air too, because a lot of that is necessary too for our overall mental health. So um, yeah, it's been quite the ride, Anna-Maria. I don't know if you felt with this whole pandemic thing, but I am ready to get back to a board gaming table with people, and to have this also available so that more folks can be streaming and stay connected too. So I don't know how are you, like, are you longing to, like, see people again? Or are you just like, "Oh, I'm cool, like, this is great,
No,
I've
I've been struggling with that since like week 1, so it's
yeah,
been pretty tough. Yeah.
yeah.
But I do have to recognize Ilkaluza and I have become amazing friends. I would have never
Aw,
met her, right? Maybe in passing at Essen in a year or two. So
yeah,
there are people I know now that I probably would have either not known at all or in a very different way without
yeah,
this. So I'm thankful that at least that, and that we had the good fortune as a family to be able to kind of get through some of the hardships over the last year. So got a silver lining that, but it will
right,
definitely be nice to be at a game table looking at actual human beings across the table.
yeah. Oh man, James says Ilka is fantastic. She is fantastic. The whole Loser family are just
Yeah.
wonderful folks. I have enjoyed watching their streams and just their overall like energy and enthusiasm. It's just, it's infectious. It's
Yeah.
so infectious. James says I would too have never would have known her as well if it wasn't for connecting on Twitch. So that's really really sweet, and I think a lot of us have been able to make these friendships and make these connections just through the Twitchverse and the Twitterverse and um, all the social media platforms and things too. And even on Discord, like it's so crazy to me, like how many conversations I have on a Discord server with folks that I wouldn't even have like connected if I didn't travel overseas or if I didn't, be able to have that opportunity to go to conventions and things too. And so it's been really, really awesome to have those opportunities on an online space. And so thanks to everybody that's been watching too. Like I know all of you I haven't met in person in life, but I can just tell by how your lovely conduct is on my Twitch streams that I want to assume you all are lovely people and I would love to meet you in real life.
Most of you
Uh,
are just fine.
yes, yes. Oh, and EC is here. Hello, EC. I know you are working, sir. So I will give you a pass if you're not very chatty in the comments. But thank thank you for stopping by. And oh, I love all these emojis. James, I did fix my Moobot, and so you can spam my emojis in the chat as many as you want to.
Nice.
Moobot is not going to be finicky today. So, oh, it's EC's day off. So, okay, then I take that back, sir. You do have the chance to comment as much as you want to, as long as it is family friendly and with at least one or two emojis. That's what I want. That's my requirement there.
Nice.
All right, Anna-Maria, let's get to a game. And folks,
Yeah.
we are going to still be doing our crisscross tournament at the end, towards the end of the stream. Do not forget, Anna-Maria, we have been doing playing Crisscross by Rainer Knizia. At the end of my Wednesday streams, and we've been keeping high scores. And so at the end of
Oh.
each month, whoever has the highest score is going to get a little swag bag of Chicks Can Game stuff from me.
Oh, that's nice.
So yeah, so stay tuned, folks. I know you are all dying to play some Crisscross with me later, but for now, we are going to do some Floriferous. So I'm going to do this nice little screen transition here, and I believe everything should be golden here, Anna-Maria, that you should be able to
Yeah.
see. Yeah, there we are. So I'm going to let you do the lovely teach because I feel like you probably know the rules a lot more than I do.
Just a smidge. All right, so this is on Tabletop Simulator, and right now you can play it during the campaign. This is the first time the Pencil First has had a TTS mod available during the campaign.
Wow.
But we just Suzanne Sheldon had spoken recently about having official mods on TTS and how important that is for the publisher, because you don't want to wind up in a situation like I know a lot of people got mad when Asmodee pulled all the unofficial mods off of TTS. I think it was the very beginning of this year.
Mm-hmm.
But legally, you have to. If somebody infringes on what is considered your copyright or your IP, if you allow those versions to exist, then other people can do it too. And then you
Right.
lose the right to your own intellectual property. So while it sucked in a way because people wanted to play those games because we're stuck in a pandemic and it really just kind of highlighted how important it was for publishers to have their own official versions out. So we hooked up with Mike Belsall from the Tabletop Mentorship Program, who also does TTS programming, and he's done there's this Herbaceous, Sunset Over Water, and the Whatnot Cabinet now for
Okay.
us. So really does a great job, and I'm going to show you how well he scripts. So we're going to set up for a normal game. There is a solo game, which includes this really cute crow that actually steals stuff and leaves rocks behind for you. I love it. So I have the picture in my head of this crow that's just like, no, this flower's shiny and it's mine now, but you can have a rock. Like,
Well, it's actually indicative of crows in real life, I would say.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So I thought it was a great tie-in as such.
Oh,
There
man.
is a mini expansion attached to the game. It gives the players a couple of powers, like the ability to move flowers around, but we're not going to use that for this playthrough. And for 2 players, there's an extended setup that just puts more cards into each day.
Okay.
So there's a lot of variation really in the game, even more than there is just in the basic game with how the cards are dealt out.
Okay.
So I'm going to set for green to go first. And it goes ahead and it shuffles and it lays out everything for us. Unless it doesn't. That's interesting. It really wigged out. Well, usually this works great. Okay, so I'm gonna... Do you want to actually try, if you hit the games at the top, do you want to try reloading it and see if it'll redo that or just restart the game?
Sure.
I've never seen it do that before. It was great. It was just like, nope.
And
AC says, no idea I was with Pencil First.
Yes.
Oh, that's okay. And I think when you're the social media manager for a publisher, well, to be fair, while I was still doing content, I made sure that those things were very distinct because, there's a lot of discussion in the community because it's small, so a lot of people are doing a lot of different things. Suzanne works with the Dice Tower and also works with Restoration.
Right.
Jackson works with Jabanime and also does. So there's a lot of people wearing a lot of different hats. And so I wanted it to be clear that when I speak as Pencil First, that's just Pencil First. And when I talk as me, plus I'm sassy as heck on Twitter. And so I want to make sure that stayed specific to me as well. But yeah, I've been doing this since the Skulk Hollow campaign was actually my very first Kickstarter campaign. So I got thrown right into the fire. Yeah.
Wow.
It was wild. It was great too, because it was around Halloween. So I actually made little Halloween hats for all the little fox and meeples and stuff and took pictures of them. Yeah, it was great.
And I noticed too on this layout that there is, okay, I'm just going to do this nice little view. This looks like somewhere nearby, somewhere in the Northwest, at least.
Isn't it pretty? I'm not quite sure where it is, but I love it. Yeah.
Benita's here. Hello, lovely lady.
Hey, girl.
So yeah, I just love it. I love how on like Tabletop Simulator you can have like nice backgrounds to make it look more realistic. And so when I was observing this last night, I was like, wait a second, is this in Anna-Maria's backyard?
Actually, you can see my backyard right now. Oh no. There's a lot of different backgrounds you can choose from, or you can import your own. I think that's super fun. So like with the herbaceous one, you're actually playing in a gazebo. There's all sorts of herbs and flowers behind it. Yeah. So it's really cool.
Rad.
Benita, thank you for stopping by. I know it's probably dinner time for you, so go eat something fantastic and spicy.
Yes. Yes, I had some Thai food earlier today, and I made sure to add my chili sauce.
Nice.
So, yeah. We'll talk through later. Yeah. It's time to walk through a garden.
Okay, so in Floriferous, you are walking through your garden, gathering plants, pollinators, and statuary for your own little section. And we're going to do this over 3 days. each day there'll be 5, let's say they're hours, right, in which we'll kind of walk through, gather things up. And these are our pawns, so these are us. And the first player will choose a card. Think a little bit like King Domino, right, where there's a row of things that you could take, and you're trying to think of what your personal space is going to end up looking like. So then you choose, so say you choose this one, and then I choose this one. When we go to choose the next row, I'll get to go first because then my
Okay.
pawn's up here at the top.
Okay.
Now there are actually 3 cards here for us to choose from. The 2 reasons for it, it just gives more selection options. So you have to think a little bit more about the things you want. It changes up the order as well. The 2 cards in the top are usually flowers, bouquets, or statuary. The 1 small card on the bottom is what's known as a desire. Desire cards are end of game scoring cards that will become a multiplier or something, a set collection number that will go with whatever you've collected during the game. So if you've gotten, in this case, you'll get 2 points for every tulip that you collect during the course of the game if you choose this card. This one's bees. This one is same flowers. So if you collect 5 tulips, you'll get 7 points. This one's mums, and these are insects that are not the same. So you can get a set of a bee, a moth, a butterfly, a beetle, and a ladybug. You would get 7 points there. The symbols are actually on the cards in the bottom, so you don't have to necessarily know what the flowers are to see what they are. So we've got the tulips down here, poppies, and then if the insects are on the card, their symbol is also in the bottom on the other side away from the flowers.
Okay.
So right now we've got a butterfly and a bee. And if you look at the art on the card, you'll actually see the pollinators are in those as well. I think it's adorable. Clementine did a fantastic, they're so beautiful. I love these cards so much.
Is there a way to do you know how to zoom in on a card, Anna-Maria?
If you hover your hand over it and press Alt, it'll kind of zoom into the
Ah,
card. Yes.
see, I'm learning. I know all the shortcuts on Tabletopia. Oh, there we go. And
Yeah,
one thing
so
I
with the mum
noticed
pulled up.
too, I was
Go
going to
ahead.
say one thing I noticed too, which was really awesome. I watched a review of it with Monique and Naveen from Before You
Yeah.
Play, and they were mentioning that it was just really nice to see how a lot of these cards had symbols, not only colors, to correspond with the different types of like flowers and insects and things of that nature. And I just wanted to say kudos to you all for doing that because I think it will help a lot of players that are, colorblind and those that need just a better accessibility to playing the game. So I
100%.
really
It's
enjoyed that.
Yeah, no, that's really important to us. So so each of the flowers has a symbol. Um each of the colors also has a symbol as well. So pink is always a square. Poppy is always a diamond. White is they each have a different shape so that you don't have to remember or try and figure out, right? If you don't see purples and reds very well, it's okay because it's square. You're looking for square. And that will even be reflected on the cards that come up later that ask for cards of a certain color. That symbol will once again be there. And it's twofold. We wanted it to be we wanted it to work visually for anyone who had visual accessibility issues, whether it's color blindness or other things. And also it makes it easier to play the game with people who don't read or don't read English as their first language. So this way you can just focus on the symbols and you don't have to even read the words poppy or daisy or anything else on here. You can just play the whole game symbol wise. So yeah, it makes it good for families. It makes it good for mixed generations where, where there could be language barriers. So
Was there going to be any printings in other languages?
there always are. We always wind up with I know French for sure,
Okay.
usually German. Herbaceous, I think, is in, I think Steve said that, Steve Finn, who designs with us, I think we're up to like 21 or 23 of herbaceous languages. So, and then a couple of the fan ones on BGG as well. But yeah,
Oh, cool.
yeah, it's really neat. And I know that Ed also collects the boxes from different areas too. So there's a whole stack of herbaceous that say herbaceous in other languages. I think that's fun.
That is fun. Okay,
Yeah.
continue with the teach.
Okay. So on the top, you'll see those symbols repeated again. These are called the bounty cards. And at the end of each day, so once our pawns have reached the end of each day, we're going to check our cards that we've collected against the symbols on the top to see whether or not we've collected the bounty for the day. So these are going to have the flower symbols and the insect symbols on them. And you'll have to have them on different cards. So you couldn't say have a poppy with a moth on it. You would have to have a poppy and a moth and a lily, 3 different cards. And that can be done either the first day, the second day, or the third day, and we'll change the amount of points you get each day. Now, all ties in the game are friendly. So if you tie for, but 2 people got this on the first day, there's no fight over it. Both people will get 5 points. Bouquets, like this, a little arrangement right here, fulfill a little like the bounty cards, but you can use the same card to fulfill multiple criteria of. So, for example, on this arrangement, it requires a tulip, the color yellow, and a ladybug. But if you had a yellow flower with a ladybug on it, that would cover 2 parts of that card.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, now none of them will cover 3. We did make sure that there was no one card that actually did all 3 things on the arrangement cards. But you'll score points for how many of the symbols you manage to collect for the arrangement cards. And then statuary, which we don't see any out yet. We've got a little stack of little Zen stones and little gnomes and everything in here. Those are most of. So whoever has the most statuary will get 5 points, next most is 3, etc.
Okay.
Yeah. The only other thing I can think of is you're going to see that there are some stones on the cards. They're kind of to incentivize people going slow because you're in a garden and you want it to be super chill and, just to have a relaxing time. So you'll collect stones along the way for going further down the path, for kind of taking your time and chilling out. At the end of the game, whoever has taken the most relaxing route, has collected the most stones, will get a cup of tea as their reward, and that will award them a couple of extra points.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
yeah, and the stones themselves are worth 1 point for every 2 at the end of the game as well. So it's both a incentive for you to go slow and for the same person not to keep picking the first card and going first every time. But also a little bit of a reward if maybe something higher up in the stack would have been better for you. You did get the stone, so you've got half a point for it.
I see.
Yeah. And I did want to point out too, this is the the 2-player game. And you're going to see 2 flowers and then one of the desire cards. For every one that we go up, there'd be another row added. So there's always one more than the number of players. So with 3, there'd be 4 here, and with 4, there would be 5. So
got it. And the max player count is 4?
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yep. That is pretty much everything. And probably in more detail than we even need to get started. So yeah, it's a very quick
this
teach.
was wonderful. This was wonderful. So I'm gonna take a gander and see what desire cards are available here. And the artwork on here is so pretty. It reminds me a lot of watercolor painting.
That's what it is. These are all original watercolor paintings by Clementine. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay.
Clementine Camperdew has done the work for this. She also was apparently one of Prince's favorite artists, and she redecorated one of his studios and did a lot of work for one of his shows. So she has a coffee table book of just watercolors of Prince and things that like that. And I just thought that was so cool to learn. It's like, wow.
Yeah, that is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for those folks that are like, I don't know about this game, I would highly just pick it up just for even looking at the cards.
Right. Yeah.
Because they're just so pretty.
Instead of, I know we did Herbaceous Pocket last year, which was half-size cards. I think we should do Floriferous like big and then have like big giant cards to play with. So
yes. Oh, and James says these are all original watercolor. Edo has an original.
He does have one. Clementine's keeping the rest right now. She may eventually sell them through her site. We're not sure. But I do know that if she does sell the originals, we will promote that so that people know if they're fans of the game that they can get a copy. So I'm in for this one of these violet daisies if she does. So
Yeah.
I may wait to promote that. No, wait, I won't be working anymore. Oh, okay. It's fine. I will get one some way.
It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. All right. Well, I think I'm going to take this top arrangement here. So I'll take the card first,
Yes.
Anna-Maria, and
Mhm.
then I'll move my pawn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll do over
James, I
here.
asked about prints. I don't think she's keen on doing it. When she does prints for the rest of her work, it's very, very limited. So I think that there was some concern that if she was like, well, I'm only going to do 20 prints, how do we, I mean, we're already at like 900 backers. How do we tell 900 people, well, 20 of you can probably get a print if you try real hard? Like that didn't seem fair. So all right, let's see. Do I think I'm going to get a lot of tulips? I don't know. I do need 2 tulips for completing this bounty here. I think I'll go ahead and take this desire card.
Okay.
There we go.
All right. And then this one, it looks face down. So is that
It
just kind of
is.
like a blind draw, right?
It is. It's
Okay.
to incentivize, either you have to go taste the adventure or you can go with what you know, but it slows people down. Once again, a lot of people will just go for other things, allowing someone else to go first.
Okay. Let's see. As I'm like messing around with Tabletop Simulator. Oh, it's the letter number. I remember now. Sorry, folks. I am still learning on the things here. Okay, so on this card, I need tulips, yellow flowers, and ladybugs for this bouquet.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
I'm going to move my fleeples up. The fleeples are what you use. They're flower meeples. They're what we'll use to mark this later. So.
Okay. Well, I don't see any yellow. But I like this poppy because it reminds me of poppies from when I was a kid. So I'm going to take that
Aw,
poppy.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right. I am always down for the unknown. So, I got a tulip. That's fantastic. So,
Oh,
2 points.
jeez.
Now, we'll at the end of the game, the flowers themselves are worth nothing. So what we'll be scoring is the bounty cards, the desire cards, cup of tea if you get it, the rocks that you collect along the way. I know there's one more thing. I think the scoreboards already went away. But I think that's it. Oh, your arrangements and your statuary.
Okay.
So
And
yeah, so the
so
flowers themselves,
this
no.
bounty here, and what is
Mm-hmm.
the symbol? What is the two symbols? And then is it a ladybug?
Got lily,
Okay.
poppy, and moth.
Oh, okay.
And then tulip, daisy, and daisy, mum, bee. There is in the rule book in the corner, there is like a guide, and I think your player aid might have one on it too. Yeah.
Okay.
If you pull your card up, it actually lists all the symbology.
Beautiful. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I needed. Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah, I used that a lot the
Hey.
first couple of times we played.
Okay. Cool. All right. So now it is no, it's your turn again because you are
It
now
is.
on the upper row.
I am. Well, I have to take the daisy. The daisy's my for folks who have friended me on Steam or played anything with me in a video game. Violet Daisy has been my name in games pretty much since there was online gaming. So that's my
Aw,
favorite card.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. So my bounty, the bounty that I need is not. I'm not seeing what I need here. Okay.
Oh, for your arrangement? Yeah.
Yeah. So I need tulips and yellow flowers and ladybugs, which I don't see.
Yeah.
But that's
Now there
okay.
is a poppy, right? And there is a poppy on this bounty up here, so that could potentially be helpful.
Okay.
Or if you think that you'll be going heavy on the tulips, the same flower one might not be bad either. So I think one of the nice things about this is there's always a choice that's going to get you something. It may not be
Yes.
optimal. It may not be mega points, but there is rarely a situation where you will get to the point in the cards where you're like, wow, none of these means anything to me.
Right.
So I like
Okay.
that too.
Yeah, I think I'm going to take this desire card for samesies. There we go.
Nice. All right. Well, we're always ready for adventure. So let's see what we got here. Oh, another daisy. Nice.
Wow. It's like you've played this before.
Oh, you'd think once or twice.
I'm going to take this purple poppy, and I had no idea there were so many different color poppies. I was always used to the yellow and orange poppies as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The variety of things is always a lot of fun to see. So
Yeah.
let's see. I think I'm gonna go mom. Now, interestingly enough, though, I have Daisy, mum, and B, right? But the
Mhm.
B is on the mum card, so I can't actually fulfill with that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because with the bounty, they have to be separate cards. So
Got it.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to take this daisy just because it also has a stone on it. Hornist is here. He says he's slipping in quietly, sitting in the upper balcony. I see you, Hornist. Hello, my friend.
You actually knocked over another chair, the curtain flipped over the side of the balcony, and the
Right.
door slammed behind you.
And
So
then you hear a
you
lot
were
of
not
people
as subtle.
a lot of people shushing you in the background. But it's good
Everyone's
to see
looking
you,
up at
friend.
there. Oh my
Okie doke.
goodness. All right. So we've reached the end of the first day.
Okay.
So what we're going to do, check our bounties to see if we fulfilled any. I did not, I have no lilies, no poppies, and no moss. I have no tulip. I have one tulip and one daisy, but not a second. And I have a daisy, a mum, and a bee, but they're on 2 cards instead of 3. So I didn't get any of the bounties.
Oh, geez. Okay. I don't think I fulfilled any of them either.
I find it's not unusual for the first day
Yeah.
for it to show to be a little harder to do. So
Okay. So, yeah. So, no daisy, poppy, and moth. No double tulips. And, yeah, no mums and no bees. So,
yeah.
okay.
All right. Well, not to worry. We don't even have to. I'm going to shift my cards just slightly because TTS likes to try and grab them. So I'm going to put your poppy over here just for a
Okay.
second. Because as soon as I smash the button, it's just going to clean up everything for us.
Wow.
I know, right? Isn't that perfect? Oh, it did flip your card. There is something about it, about where it is in the tabletop that makes it want to go, oh, okay, well, I'll flip this one too, obviously.
Yeah.
I also like that it aligns it so we never moved our pawns. It just realigned it because we're going to go back this way.
Oh, I
So,
see.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, day 2, and I'm on top, so I'm going to take a tulip. And a rock. I got a rock. Woohoo.
I got a rock. Lovely Charlie Brown. All right.
Right?
Oh, this is yellow. I need yellow for my bounty, so I'm taking
Nice.
that. Oh, yes. Okay.
All right, where are you going next?
Oh, that's right. Okay.
I also
And
want to point out real quick
sure.
too, since we've got 2 on the table, the artwork for them is just slightly different. So,
Wow.
yeah,
So
so
Clementine
nice.
did a lot of pieces for y'all, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
totally worth
Wow.
it.
All right, I'm gonna take this moth. I'm not bold enough to do the upside down, the face down cards yet.
Yeah, I'm back and forth because that Violet Daisy is obviously calling my name, but the adventure. Let's see. How am I feeling about the bounties? I do need a moth. I don't know what that is. So I think I'm just going to take them off. I think I'm going to be content.
Okay.
Of course, now I'll always wonder what that was. Let's see. And we go here. Then we have a lily on top, a mum, and bugs that are all the same.
Okay.
I do have 2 bees already. I need a lily for this one, but I don't have a poppy yet. You know what? This can be part of my strategy, actually. I am going to take the Lily. I'll
Mm-hmm.
show you why in a bit.
Okay. Okay. Now can I? So the only two that I have available to me, Anna-Maria, are just the two below your pawn, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
I cannot jump to another column yet.
No. Now, interestingly, the expansion I was talking about will give you 3 cards that you can use for one time during the game. One of
Okay.
them will allow you to change things that are in that row. So you could even
Okay.
pull a card from behind you. So you'd be able to say, oh, I want that beetle instead of this butterfly. One
Oh.
will allow you to flip cards. Well, you to peek, I should say.
Okay.
And then another one will allow you to do the same switcheroo, but in the row. So if you
Okay.
were about to go, so say I wanted to go for my next one, but I actually wanted this card, but I still wanted to be first. I could actually change the places where those cards were and then still take the card I wanted. So
I see.
yeah.
James says the expansion has one-time use cards.
Yep. Yep. Those are them.
Wow.
So I like
It's
them
like
not
he's checked
only
out the Kickstarter already. It's like he
just once or
knows.
twice.
Okay, so I
All
took that
right.
mum and got me another stone.
Nice. So I'm going to grab my poppy now. That was my big strategy, was to get my lily and my poppy.
Aha.
Da-da-da-da. Think about those bounty cards. Oh,
Yeah.
and this is an example of one of the statues. So as you can
Oh,
see, it is a statue, and it says 531, meaning the person with the most will get 5, next will get 3, last will get 1. You do have to have at least 1 to get that number, and if you tie, both players get the total. So if we both took 1 statue at the end, we would both get 5 points.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what is this desire card down here with all the nice paint colors?
This is flowers of different colors. So you can see it's got the 2 paintbrushes on it and then the equal sign with the line through it. It
Uh-huh.
indicates that so you would want to have a white, a purple, a pink, an orange, and a yellow. You would want to try and get as 5 different colors instead of 5 of the same color.
I see. Okay. And
Yeah.
actually I'm like 4 out of 5 there, so I am
Yeah.
going to take that one.
That's a good card for you. It is.
There we go.
All right, you leave me in first, my next part of my nefarious plan is to take this purple since I'm already sitting on 4 purple cards.
Mwahaha. Okay. Um, and then, so I don't have any tulips for this arrangement here. So
Mhm.
do I take this or do I take the statue because it also has a stone on it? No, I better stick with my plan and getting my original. So I will take this tulip. That way I can
Nice.
go first on the way back.
Nice.
So there we go.
All right, so for day 2, let's see, there is lily, poppy, and moth. So I have this one. 2 tulips and a daisy, and I have this one. And daisy, mum, bee. Yes, I have this one as well. So I've completed all the
Wow.
bounties.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
So a daisy, a poppy, and a moth. I don't have. Nope, I have. What is on this card? It's a butterfly. Okay, close. 2 out of
Yeah.
3. 2 out of 3 on that one. 2 tulips, and what is that? The third symbol again?
Daisy.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
I don't
This
have.
one's lily,
Oh,
poppy,
I'm sorry.
and moth. Yeah.
I'm sorry. So then I would have the lily, yeah, lily, poppy, and moth. I don't have 2 tulips and a daisy. A daisy, a mum, and do I have a mum? Oh, I do have a mum. Goodness me, it shows how much I'm paying attention. Um, and a bee, but I don't have a bee. I just have butterflies. Darn it. Okay, that's all right.
All
Oh
right.
yeah, James says I should have taken the statue. I would have went first either way, but that's okay. Phantom Meeple has to run. See
Well,
you
see you
later, Phantom
later.
Meeple. Thank you so much for hanging out. All right, we are on the
All
third
right.
pass
Third
now.
day. There we
Okay.
go. Nice. Ugh. I keep saying something's blooming here, and since we're new to the area, I think I have allergies, so my nose keeps itching. So,
Oh darn! Yeah. Welcome
so if
to the
everybody sees me keep
Northwest.
doing this, that's what it is. I'm like, oh, what's in the yard right now?
Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the Northwest, where everything blooms at random times of the year. Yeah, I'm originally from California, and so moving up here, it was just like a shock to my face. They were like, "What? There's things that grow, and there's trees everywhere, and you see. I don't know if you've experienced this yet, Anna Maria, but the cottonwood trees have those little like white flakes that like to float in the air, like visible flakes.
Oh
Um,
wow.
it's like as if you were blowing on a dandelion. You see the little dandelion pollens. Like with the
Oh.
cottonwood trees, it's the same, but it's just like this swarm of white pollens that like come towards you, and you're like, "Ah, run away, run away!" But anyway, okay.
Oh
Uh,
no.
hello to Legends.
Hey, Legends.
Um,
Oh,
oh,
TLN on the
let's
website says March, but below picture says February.
Oh, I thank you for letting me know, Legends. I am part of TLN, and I can talk to the powers that be to get that arranged. So don't
Nice.
you worry, friend. I've got the connections. Okay, so I am starting first here,
All right, what you got?
and I need to figure out what is happening with all of these cards up here. So, ooh, why are there no moths, Anna Maria? Why are there no moths?
Because we didn't get dealt any moths. I think you have one though.
But I think that's the desire card, right? Isn't that the
Oh
desire
yeah, it
card?
is.
Darn
Yeah.
it! Darn it! Hello, Weather
Could it be the
Mage.
face down card with the
Oh,
mage?
uh
Yeah.
huh. It could be the
So
face down.
you may want to go for the adventure cards. So
Oh, yes. You know what? I have that means I have to take this lily. That way, it'll guarantee I go first.
that's fair.
So I will take this lily. I mean, it's pretty. Uh, it is a very pretty flower. So I'm not going to complain. So
All right, I'm gonna take this one, and I get another rock. Woohoo! All right, I'm gonna guess which card you're taking next.
uh-huh. Let's see. What did I
What did you
reveal? I got a
get? Poppy
poppy
and a
and a moth.
moth. Nice.
Wow, the cards are in my favor today, friends.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay, so I have an interesting choice.
James. It could not be the face down card. You had no faith in me, friend. No faith.
James is definitely a glass is half empty today. All right, so I'm going to show you all. So right now, statuary, there's only one left. Jess has not taken one, neither have I.
No.
So I can get this for a guaranteed 5 points.
Wow.
But I do have 1, 2, 3 pinks already, and I'm going to be going last regardless. And that's going to get me 6 points. So I'm going to take this card instead.
Ah, okay.
Bam.
Okay.
All right,
Oh,
what are
Legend
you doing
said,
now?
gosh, I don't know. So many choices, but I just love looking at these cards.
Your
Legend
second
says,
tulip for your bounty?
Ooh,
Oh,
that's right. That's right. Legends was saying, "Oh, I saw you on the front page of TLN." Oh yeah, I am a part of the Tabletop Live network. I'm very fortunate to be asked to be a part of that, thanks to Ruel and the brothers Murph. But this weekend I am not streaming with them. I have been asked to be a part of kind of like the support crew, so I'm going to be riding the raid train with everybody. So what's cool
fun.
about TLN is that for those folks that aren't streaming, they just encourage us to kind of like be in the chat and just like insert the hype, and you've experienced hype trains on here, Anna-Maria, right?
Yes.
Where it just keeps going and the emotes and all that just blow up. And so they're just encouraging all of us that are like, if you're not scheduled this month, like totally just jump on the raid train and give all the love and support for all of us streamers and stuff. So that's what I'm going to
That's
be doing.
nice.
Yeah.
I will be on Benita's show at 4 p.m. Pacific. So,
Yeah.
not surprisingly, I'm sure. So,
Yes.
let's see. What are
Oh.
you up to?
Okay, so I've got this lily and this tulip for my arrangement, but
Mm-hmm.
for my arrangement, I need ladybugs, and I don't have any ladybugs for this arrangement, unfortunately.
Ooh.
So I don't know. I do have quite a few butterflies
You
now.
do have two. Mm-hmm.
That's good. And this lily, oh gosh, these lilies are just so pretty. I'm like, can I just pick cards just because they're pretty? That's not the point of the game, Jess. But
It's not exactly. I think if you will allow
oh,
me to.
yes,
Oh, go
please
ahead.
suggest
I was
something.
just gonna say, the tulip will help you complete your bounty up here. However, currently that's only 2 points, and the butterfly is worth two per butterfly that you have, and you do have two butterflies. So this is worth 4 points to you, and this one's worth 2 points to you.
Okay.
So
Okay. And then also with the colors, I need a pink one.
oh, you do need pink, so that could be worth. What? Oh, that's another 2 points for you as well. So,
Yeah.
so they're all there. Like I was saying earlier, right? None of them's a bad choice for you. One of
Yeah.
them may be small, but who knows?
And this tulip, is that considered pink or orange?
It is orange.
It is
It's
orange.
got the
Okay.
diamond symbol.
Ah, you're right. You're right.
Yes.
Okay. 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 Um. Well, gosh, I'm gonna take this butterfly. I'm gonna take the butterflies.
It was a
Okay.
good choice. Good choice. I was going to probably take that one if you did not. So I also have two, but I also have the scoring pink card. So I'm going to take the
uh,
lily.
yes.
Yes. Now I have an interesting conundrum here as well, because the scoring daisies card is down here. May not put me in a favorable position for this, but I do already have three daisies.
Okay.
So, or do I go for the unknown?
Yeah.
I do love the unknown, but I think we're gonna have to. I can't give up 6 points that easily.
Oh goodness. Okay. Now the daisies. The daisy doesn't have anything on there. I have to go for mystery. I'm just
Do
gonna
it.
do mystery,
Let's
and the
see.
mystery is
Ooh,
oh,
it's a moth. It's another moth. Both the face down cards were moths.
oh my goodness!
That's fantastic.
In oh wow,
So
James,
good.
James, look what I just did, friend.
Legends it is, Anna-Maria. Very, very good call.
Yes, very good call.
All right. And then you're first. So there's some interesting options for you.
Uh huh. Ooh, this one I get points for all the yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but then there's also this yellow poppy. Oh, good grief. So many choices. I'm saying good grief as like a good thing that there's too many choices. Thank you, James. You're proud of me for my decision making. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that validation. Uh, I will take the yellow. I will take the yellow. I'm just playing here. A lot of times when I learn games, Anna-Maria, I usually just learn to understand the mechanics and not necessarily to win.
No,
Uh,
100%. First playthrough to me is just the learning game.
yeah,
Like you can't be competitive if you don't know how things go together and how they work.
right.
So,
And as long as
all
I'm like,
right.
okay, I actually did the things. Game Freak Geek Girl is now hosting our channel. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Hi, Monique.
Hi, Mo. Hearts to you, friend. I don't know what you're up to today, but I know you streamed earlier this morning.
Oh, nice. All
Yeah.
right, so I have all my bounty. So you can check and see if you got yours on day 3.
Okay. So a lily, a poppy, and a moth. Right? That's what the first one is.
Yes, Lily Poppy Moth for the first
Oh,
one.
I think I got that one,
I think so
friends.
too. Yay!
I apologize for my scrolling here. If it's making people nauseous, I apologize. I am trying to do this as smoothly as possible. Next, we've got 2 tulips and a daisy. Is that correct?
Yes.
Cool. So I only have 1 tulip, I see. Okay.
I thought you grabbed a second one. Oh, I guess not.
No, I grabbed that lily, I think, instead.
That's
That's okay.
right.
That's okay.
Okay.
And then I've got a daisy, a mum, and a bee. So I know I've got daisies and mums. Do you see any bees on my
I
cards?
don't know.
Okay. Okay.
Wah.
No problems.
I do, while we're up here, want to draw attention to how we were talking about earlier that all the symbology is put together to help people with visual accessibility concerns. The fleeples are all screen printed different for the same reason. So if you can't tell it's a green flower, it's actually the screen printing on it is actually different than the one for the yellow flower. So even the
Oh,
pawns
okay.
don't look alike. So everything in the game is intended that when you have your stuff or you're looking at it, even if you can't tell maybe what the colors are, it's different so that it's easier to tell them apart.
That's really
So
cool.
yeah. All right. So since we've done a bounty, I'm going to tell it. We're going to clean up and begin scoring. So now we have our score
Ooh.
pads. I know, right? It's right on the table.
Wow,
Now
I don't think I've seen that before. Sorry, I'm like geeking out
No,
over
that's
here.
okay. The game itself does not come with score pads, but we thought it was advantageous in TTS because it's when you're just playing on the computer, especially if you're on a tablet, like cozied up on the couch, you don't want to go have to find a piece of paper and a pencil.
Mhm.
So it's right here. So let's walk through the scoring. Sculpture cards were the ones that we both forewent, right? Neither of us got any of those. So I'm gonna get a big fat 0 for that.
Okay.
0. Now the bounty cards, I scored all 3 on the second day, so that's gonna be 3 points each. So 3,
Okay.
6, 9. And I think you got 1 on the third day. So that'll be
Yes.
2. All right, arrangement cards. I did not have any arrangement cards, but you did. Let's see. And what did you complete on your arrangement card?
So I did, let's see, I've got this one here. Oh, that's just the one arrangement. So
Mm-hmm.
it's for a tulip, yellow, and a ladybug. So I think I don't have any ladybugs. I don't feel like I did on my
I don't
cards.
think we saw any ladybugs this game.
No. So I only have 2 out of the 3 on this arrangement, which would give me 3 points.
Nice. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Desire cards. Those are the little small ones. All right. So I'll pull
Okay.
mine up here so we can take a look. Mine are for tulips, daisies, purple, and pink. So I have 2 daisies for 4. Or I have 2 tulips for 4. I have
Okay.
3 daisies for 6. So that's 10. I have 1, 2, 3 purples for 6 more, 16. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pink for a total of 26.
Nice.
Yes.
All right.
All
So
right.
I'll
What you
pull
got?
up my desire cards here. I have quite a few, but I don't know if I fulfilled all of them. So first I've got moth, so 3 points for every moth. I have
Yes.
1 there. Oh, and I have a butterfly one too. I apologize. I have 5 desire cards. Holy smokes. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 2. I think I have just 2 moths. I see. Yes,
Okay.
just 2 moths. So that's 6 points for this one. And then this one is for flowers of the same type.
Mm-hmm.
And so I have, and that's just counting 1 type, correct?
Right. One type
Okay.
of which you have the most. So
Okay, so let's see. It looks like I've got the most in poppies. So I have 3 of poppies. So 3 poppies will give me 2 more points. So
okay.
that is
8 so far.
8 so far. Thank you. I'm like, math. Okay, and then 2 points for every yellow, and I have 2 yellow cards. So that's 4 more points. So that's 12. And then for these paint one here, I have all 5 colors actually. So that's another
Nice.
5 points. So that's 17. And then 3 points for every butterfly. And I think I have just 2 cards with butterflies, so that's another 6 points. So it's 15, 17, and 6 is 23.
Nice. Yeah, the desire cards are a ton of points. So,
Yeah. Oh, yes.
all
Thank you,
right.
James. I did not forget my butterfly card. I made sure to grab that one too. Okay.
All right. So I have 4 stones. So
Okay.
divided by 2, I have 2 points in stones.
All right. I have 2 stones, so that's just a point.
Single point. And then cup of tea awarded to the most stones. And I guess that's me.
Yes.
Yay.
Very
The most
nice.
leisurely route. And there we go. And now it's added it up for us.
Oh,
Ta-da!
awesome.
I know. I love that. We don't even have to. I can't tell you how many times I've written it down wrong, and then been like, no, wait, I can't have 60. That's not right. So,
Math. What is this? What is this? Oh, that
yeah,
was
but this was
lovely.
just your first game,
Yeah.
and you got 29 points. So it doesn't take long to really kind of start to see what's going on.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like you would also have more option too with having more players because you have more rows, right?
Right, because there's more cards in the row.
Mm-hmm.
It does mean though that there's a higher penalty for going last. So I
Oh,
think that
yes.
balance is pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was something else that I found playing it at 2 players and playing it 4 players is a different kind of game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and certainly 4 is more cutthroat. But
Yes.
I feel like it still winds up balancing itself really well, and I like that.
Yeah. So let's
Yeah.
transition over to the Kickstarter page and let's
Hmm.
chat. Let's chat here and see what we've got going. 11 days to go, it says.
Yes. Short campaigns. We started doing this about a year ago. With the first couple of things just came up. So we're like, well, okay, we're just going to have to whack a week off the campaign. And it turned
Mm-hmm.
out they worked so well for us that I think that may just be the pencil first standard for a while as a 2-week campaign. It also means a lot less stress because being in the middle of of a Kickstarter can be a little bit stressful. So only doing it for
Yes.
14 days saves my hair.
Yeah.
So
Oh, look, our friend Benita is on the Kickstarter page. How
yeah,
sweet.
I think you will probably recognize quite a few people if you scroll through like the reviewers and things. So yeah, we also made a really good point of not just reaching out to the same content creators that you tend to see a lot in the Kickstarters, and trying to make sure that we had a good diversity in the people who were covering the game. Luna from Aspie Gamer Girl actually did a bilingual how to play for us, and it
Yes.
actually starts with the Spanish one. So it's not even just an aside or anything. This is our Spanish how to, done by somebody who speaks the language. So it's not even a bad translation or anything. So,
Yes. She is
yeah,
so wonderful. Shout
I
out to
love her.
her.
I
Have you
love her.
watched her stop motion
Yes.
videos?
Yes, I may know what is coming up for future ones, but I got to keep that a secret. But I'm going to say there's some really fantastic stuff coming up. So
Oh,
I just can't believe like the idea of doing stop motion. I think I would do like 10 seconds of it and then I'd be like, okay, I'm bored. I have to go do something else now.
yeah. Oh,
So
man. Yeah, she
yeah,
has so much patience and dedication, and they just came out so well, so well. I'm like,
it's
wow,
a small thing, but there's a point in the last one where a goat sticks a hoof into the water, and there's the sound of the splash and a little bit of clay that like splashes up like water, and
uh-huh.
it's so freaking like I watched it 4 or 5 times. I was like, it's perfectly synced in so far as the edit. It looks amazing. Like it really shows how creative and talented she is. So
Yes.
yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, James says Game Enthuse was nice to see. Aspie Gaming Row is great, and Lobby of Hobby and Before You Play. Yes, all of those channels, all of those people are
Aaron,
wonderful.
if you see Aaron's quote on the page, it's actually where in his video he talks about how fun it is to say Floriferous. I
Yes.
love his delivery, and he has like the perfect dry sense of humor. I stopped drinking during his videos because, and not like drinking alcohol. I mean, like the first
No.
time I watched one of his videos, I was mid sip of a cup of coffee, and I spewed it right across the desk. It was so funny. He's so funny. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jonathan Liu, Geek Dad. Yes, there they are. There's Jazz from Lobby of Hobbies. Oh my goodness gracious. So many awesome people to support. And there's all the bundles. Ooh, you can get bundles if you don't have any of the other
Yeah.
Pencil First games, which is why don't you? But if you don't,
Thank you.
there you are. You've got your bundles to um, grab also through the Kickstarter. Oh, and fun story on Maria. I have to share this. So I was at a
Yeah.
convention here in Oregon, and my friends and I, it was right after like Sunset Over Water came out. So, several
Yeah.
years ago. And we were
Mhm.
all sitting down at the table, and we love Herbaceous, and that was our intro to Pencil First games. So we were playing Sunset Over Water, and we were, laying out the cards, and like one of us was reading the rule book, and this very nice lady and her partner walk by, and they're like, "Oh, I see you're playing, Sunset Over Water," and we're like, "Yeah," and the lady says, "Do you mind if I teach you how to play this?" And we're like, "Sure," like because like you kind of had that idea of like I'm not sure what to do. We're all kind of scratching our
Mhm.
heads, and she's like, great, because I illustrated this game, and it was Beth Sobel.
Oh my gosh, that's so much fun.
And so she sat down, like her and her partner sat down with us and taught us, and it was so great. Like we all like had fangirl moments. We were just like, like yeah, sure, Beth, go ahead, But
Aw.
it was really, really sweet to see, and like it just kind of like enlightened all the overall just wonderful feelings about these games. How they're just so beautifully illustrated, they're so relaxing and fun to and approachable. And I definitely think Floriferous is like this as well.
I definitely think it fits into the lineup. So as I was shooting it, I did a picture of them all stacked on top of each other, and I was just like, this is just nice. All these games make you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. I'm pretty
Yeah.
happy with it. We've got some more content coming. We've got a couple of TikTokers who are going to be taking a look at it. We've got the boys from Covray are going to be doing something with
Oh,
it.
I like
So
them too.
I do too. That was another thing with getting to choose or getting to help with the content creators. Like, there's a lot of people, really cool people in this industry that I genuinely like. So it was like, hey, will you look at this game, please? Because I
Yeah.
like you. Like,
And I totally appreciated when you like reached out to me too. And so thank you for including me in that group. I feel
100%.
really fortunate to be a part of like all of these play testings and all of this content, because that's what I want to do here on this stream is be able to show people, wonderful games that are fun and easy to teach and play, but then also supporting people in the industry. And so I'm going to post the Kickstarter link into the chat for those that don't know. If they have not approached it, I mean, James already has it. I'm sure he's gotten like 5 copies already that's going to be coming to him. I can just see him being that generous for folks. Love you, James. Thank you for being awesome.
Yeah,
Uh,
100%. Thank you for being awesome. But if you're in the chat, you're interested, please take a look and use that link. These links are generated specifically for the Twitch streamers. So
Beautiful.
these are the kind of numbers that we will generate at the end of the campaign to kind of show the board game industry that Twitch streaming board games and the Twitch streaming board game community is really a part of our industry and an
Yeah,
important part of our industry. So give it a click, go check it out.
yeah,
Scroll up and down. Even if you've already backed it, click it and look anyway. So
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. And James is like mentioning all these wonderful people, all these wonderful streamers. Wednesdays on Meyer Meeple's the Merrier, and on Meepleville's show. Oh yeah, Meepleville
yeah.
Cafe.
Yeah. Tim's
That's always fun.
fantastic. Yeah, that's a great show.
So great, and that's on Thursdays, I believe, when he
I
does that
think
Meeple
it's
Cafe.
Wednesdays.
Oh, Wednesdays. Okay,
Yeah, because usually Benita has to go from one or the other. So I was on one of the
I
very,
see.
very early ones before it really got big. And I'm so happy to see like how many people now get featured. And, it's just an interesting conversation every week with a lot of different people. So I love that.
Yes.
It's really
Yes.
cool.
So, Anna Maria, before I let you go, what's on tap for you next after this Kickstarter campaign?
Well, this is it. So after this Kickstarter game, I'll be retiring from the industry. I will be doing a little bit of board game design and a lot of art, which is what I was doing beforehand. So I'm just kind of taking the summer off to chill and do a sabbatical. And then this fall, I will be moving forward with my next veterinary science certificate. So I will be doing externships, working on my tech, and working with rescue animals. So
That's awesome.
yeah,
Ha-
I'm really
have
excited.
Have you worked with animals before?
I did. My first job while I was in college actually was an animal educator. So I was the person who, if you went to a zoo or if you had a program at your school, would show up with an owl on their arm or carrying a snake or something and tell you all the facts about the animals. So it was a passion of mine for a long time when I was younger, and I ended up taking a different path in college. And really a lot of it came up this past year, and I kind of was like, if this is the pandemic, if this is how it goes, if I've turned 45, I was like, I want to go back to that, and I want to do that because I did want to do that and I still do. So it's only 25 years later than it was, but I'm back on it.
Oh, well, that's awesome. I mean, you will be missed, of course, in the industry, but I'm sure there's going to be several of us connecting. We'll still be Twitter friends and all that kind of stuff.
I'm still gonna sass on Twitter, and I'm
Y-
still gonna. But the show I do with Benita on Sundays isn't really board game centric, so
okay.
we'll still be there talking about spicy food and eating things. So
Yes, and I don't know, as I think Bonita's might still be on the chat. I'm going to just shout out to her channel so y'all can give her a follow and subscribe on there. Yeah, I know she does Phoenix Rising on Wednesdays. I don't know if she's still playing that game or not, but that's a lot of fun.
I think she's still on it.
It's all lawyery and stuff. I love it. I love it because it like channels her inner lawyer too, and yeah, she's just a wonderful individual and special person. And you are going to be streaming with her for TLN this weekend,
I
right?
will be. Yep.
Okay. What time is that? Is that going to be?
It will be at 4 p.m. Pacific time.
Okay.
So, and I'm wanting to say Ross will be the one who's rating into her show. So, and I'm
Okay.
not sure, I can't remember exactly where we're going afterwards, but I'm excited. So, and for Tessa, will be rejoining us, relighting that the Benita versus Fortessa rivalry from Girls Game Shelf for one day only. So it's gonna be a hot stream in
Yeah.
many ways.
So yes, stay tuned to that, folks. And for those that want to catch Anna Maria and Benita, that's 4 p.m. Pacific on Saturday. I mean, it's 24 hours. It's going to start at noon Pacific time,
Yes.
or actually, I think we're going to have a pre-show at 11 to kick
Oh,
off into the stream. We did that last month, and it was really cool, kind of building up the hype train, and then we handed it off to Paula and Matthew Jude and Paula Deming and Matthew Jude. And so I think we're going to try to keep that going as like a TLN thing. We're going to have like a pre-show and maybe a post-show too. And a little birdie told me there might be a pet parade at the pre-show. So
excuse me?
so you might catch some adorable pets on stream on Saturday.
I
So
love that.
tune in to that. But thanks, Anna Maria, so much for joining me today. For everybody that is still here in the chat, don't go anywhere. We will still be playing some crisscross later, but I'm going to have Anna Maria sign off so she can enjoy the rest of her afternoon and evening. But I appreciate you coming on and teaching me Floriferous.
Thank
It
you
was
so
wonderful.
much. This was great. Let's hang out again soon.
Sounds good. All right. Take
All right.
care.
Bye.
Bye. All right, folks, we are going to play a little crisscross, so get ready. Dutch Yoda, I am looking at you, friend. Hello to you. So give me a moment. I will be back momentarily. Alrighty. Clearing off the table, I know. I did make a mess. You know, walking through a garden can be quite messy. Hello to you, Charity Board Gamer. Hello to everybody. James had to cut out. It's all right, James. Thank you so much for sticking around for as long as you did. Have a great rest of your Wednesday. For everyone else here, we are going to be playing some Crisscross. For those that aren't familiar with this game, it's a simple Reiner Knizia game where you are trying to match symbols together based upon the roll of dice. So, for those of you that want to play along, get yourself a sheet of paper and draw a 5x5 square grid, and then add an additional column on the right hand side, an additional row down here at the bottom. On my stream, if you've been following me, we have been playing Crisscross at the end of my Wednesday streams, and we've been keeping track to see who has the highest score, because at the end of each month, they are going to receive a nice little swag bag of goodies from me and the Chicks King Game crew. So, if you are interested in playing, feel free to grab out your player sheets if you have this game. If not, then go ahead and draw that out. Awesome. Charity Board Gamer says, I wanted to quickly say, hey, get back to father-son time. That is totally fine. Hello to your son. Hope you have a great day just hanging out. So, yeah, thank you so much. So, in this game, what we're going to be doing is we are going to have 2 dice rolled. They have 6 different symbols on them. They're just standard D6 dice, but with 6 different symbols on them. I'm going to be rolling them up, and as I do so, you are going to be writing them into one of these grid squares here. The caveat is you must have them be orthogonally adjacent to one another in order to score points. How points are scored is on that chart you see on the right-hand side. For every symbol that is together, you will receive a certain number of points. So for 2 that are next to each other in a row or in a column, you will get 2 points. For 3 of a kind, you will get 3 points. 4 of a kind gives you 8, and 5 in the row will give you 10. If you don't have any at all in the symbols of matching symbols in a row or a column that are orthogonally adjacent to one another, you will get minus 5 points. So, we will play 2 games of this. It is super quick. If you want to just hang out and watch the first game and then participate in the second, that is totally great. We will keep the score, the highest score from everyone, until the end of the month, and then we will reveal who is our top scorer. So we have this week and next week for the end of March to keep score. Right now, currently, Gus is sitting at, I believe he's got 39. I think 39 is his score that we got for him. We've got Sarah. Sarah's in second place, and then myself is in third. I think I have them written down. Can't remember. I think I have them written down somewhere, but somehow my score, well, let's see. Yeah, I think it was 30, 39, 39, 30, and 20 something. But that could all change today. That could all change today. So, everyone is going to start with a different starter symbol in the upper left-hand corner, and then I'm going to roll these dice. And so think about it like in King Domino, where this is kind of like a 2x1 domino. So you have to write the symbols orthogonally adjacent to one another, so you can have them up in the same column, in the same row. You can arrange them so that the X goes first or the slash goes first. It's totally up to you. So, what we are going to do is I'm going to roll for the chat, and then I'm going to roll for myself as our starter symbols. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the chat. Otherwise, for those that are participating, go ahead and type the word play if you want to in the chat to let me know, hey, Jess, I am going to be playing Crisscross with y'all, and I would love to have you hang out and participate with me. So, I've got the chat. They have your starter symbol, chat, is going to be a circle. So, oh, sorry, Gus, not exclamation mark play, just the word play. Sorry, I didn't turn off that MooBot. I turned off the MooBot. So we've got here is circle for the chat, and then for myself, I'm going to start with the single slash. No worries, Gus. So for those that are playing in the chat, you will start with a circle in the upper left-hand corner, and then I will go ahead and roll up the dice. So yeah, ignore the MooBot, but here we go for second chance. I'm reading second chance now in the chat. We're not playing second chance, friends. We are playing crisscross. So this is our first pairing. We've got a hashtag and a circle. So go ahead and draw a hashtag and a circle somewhere in your grid, but remember they have to be orthogonally adjacent to one another. So I'm going to do something like that because I don't have a hashtag or a circle yet. So I am just going to draw them just like that, and we'll see what we've got coming up here. So again, we're going to be playing 2 games of this and keeping the highest score totals for everyone. And the top winner will get a swag bag full of goodies from us. Okay, next roll, we've got a slash and a triangle. So now I do have that matching symbol, so I'm going to put the slash next to it, and then I'm going to draw a triangle. So now here for this row, I have 2 that are touching, and so that would give me 2 points there. So if I got more triangles on this side, I could score some points. But currently in this row, I have 2 points for those 2 symbols touching. All right. Next, we have a circle and a slash. So I'm going to go down this path, actually. Put my slash here and do a circle. Now, one thing I forgot to mention, and I apologize, is this area you see here is shaded. The shaded area means that we are going to score that twice at the end of each game. So the same rules apply for matching symbols, but on this diagonal only, you will score it twice. And the same applies if you don't have any matching symbols, it will score minus points twice. Okie doke. Next, we've got a slash and a pound sign. So I'm going to do, I've got a pound sign here. Maybe I'll do a pound sign and a slash, or do a slash here and a pound sign. I think I'm going to go slash here. Pound sign, hashtag, sorry, I say pound sign because that's how I remember them from growing up on the old school telephones when they actually had buttons on them. Imagine that. Imagine that. Okie doke. Next roll. Oh, we got a speed bump here. So we got pound sign and a triangle. So I'm going to do a triangle here. Nope, triangle here. And a pound sign. So now I'm hoping to get more pound signs or hashtags into this diagonal because that will score me double points there. Hey to everybody that was just joining. Thanks again to Anna-Maria for hanging out and playing Floriferous with me today. It was great. Please check out the Kickstarter. Please support Pencil First Games. If you like games like Herbaceous, Sunset Over Water, beautifully illustrated games, the Whatnot Cabinet, things of that nature, please, please, please go and check out Floriferous. Circle. Oh, this speed bump. All right, double circles. Well, I know where I'm putting those. Gonna do double circle here. So now, since I have 2 of a kind here that give me 2 points, and then 3 of a kind here will give me 3, so this whole column will give me a total of 5 points. Oops. Got a little crazy with my pens there. So yeah, so this whole column will give me 5 points at the end of the game. If you are interested in playing this, we are going to be playing 2 games of this, friends. So feel free to observe on this game 1, and then you can participate in game 2. That is totally valid. We are going to be taking top scores every Wednesday on my stream. And at the end of the month, whoever has the highest score will win. Win some stuff. All right. So I've got X and X. So I will put, I'll do that. There we go. If anyone has any requests on dice, please feel free to request them into the chat. All right, we got an X and a triangle. I guess I'll do this here. That doesn't help me with my diagonal, unfortunately. But it will do that. Oh, PNW Beard, thank you for the follow. Hope you are doing well on this Wednesday. Appreciate you. Here we go. Ooh, another triangle and an X. So this time, I'm actually going to do this way. Oh, wait. Do I do that here? Because if I do that, that will cost twice. Yeah. Oh, but no, if I do that, then I will cost, I guess it's 6 of 1, huh? Okay. Because that way I'll score here and then score here. Although my diagonal is not looking very hot. Not looking very hot. Oops. That one jumped ship. Oh, we've got 3 lines in a circle now. Well, what in the world am I going to do with that? What in the world? Circle, 3 lines. Okay, we got 2 more rolls here, friends, on game 1, and then we will do game 2. If you want to participate, give yourself a 5x5 grid, some grid graph paper, if you got some graph paper. Or if you have games like Patchwork Doodle or Second Chance, those grids can work as well. Just outline, a 5x5 square, then give yourself an extra row and an extra column for scoring, and you'll be good to go. Oh, we've got a pound sign and a slash here. Oh, good gravy. Okay, well, at least I'll score here. At least that will score me some points there. I need circles. I need 3 lines. Circle and 3 lines would be lovely. Circle and the 3 lines would be lovely. All right, one last roll. We have got 3 lines and a triangle. Okay. 3 lines and a triangle. Alrighty, let's see. Let's count them up, friends. So I've got a pair here and a pair here. So each pair is 2 points. So that's 4. Then I've got a pair here and a pair here, also for 4. 3 of a kind for 3. A pair, and that's it. That's 2. And, oh, I've got nothing. So that's -5, unfortunately. And then I will do the columns here because it's easier when I get everything all in place. So a pair here and 3 of a kind. So that's 2 plus 3 is 5. Then I've got just a pair for 2, a pair, 2 pairs actually for 4, another pair for 2, and then 2 pairs for 4, and then let's do the diagonal. I only have a pair of circles here, so that's 2 and 2. So let's count them up. 2, 4 is 6, plus 4 is 10, 13, 15, minus 5, that's 10. And then 2, 5, 7, 8, 9. 9 and 4 is 13, 15, 19. So I got 29 for that one. Ooh, Gus got 17. Minus 5 on your diagonals. Ouch, that hurts. All right, so that is round 1. We are going to start round 2. So for those of you that want to play, feel free to type the word play in chat if you're ready. Gus is still holding strong with his score from last week at 39. So 39 is the score to beat, friends. For those that want to play, feel free to pop play in the chat. Or if not, maybe you can check out what channel we should raid here in just a few minutes. Yeah, let us know who you want to raid, and we'll get that queued up after this game. So let's see. Giving everybody a second to play if they want to play. I know we've got a little bit of a stream delay, so I'll give you all some time. But here we go for the chat. Oh, I don't want you to start with a circle again. There you go. Chat will start with an X this time. And I'll start with the 3 lines this time. All right. So if you're playing along, give yourself the X up in the upper left-hand corner to start with. I have the 3 lines to start with. So I will start up there. And let's get some crisscross going. Here we go, friends. First roll. Speed bump. There we go. Double circles. Oof. Double circles. I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to start over here on this end. See if I change up my strategy. See what happens when I do that. If it's going to work out in my favor or not. I never know what is going to happen. So we've got double circles there. Next roll. A circle and a pound sign. Okay. So I'm going to do circle, pound sign, or hashtag. Sorry if I'm confusing people and they're like, what is a pound sign? Back in the day, there were telephones that had numbers on them. And with those numbers, some of them had extra symbols. One of the symbols was a pound sign. And it was actually called a pound sign before the social media verse took it and called it a hashtag. That's my understanding, at least. All right. Ooh, a circle and 3 lines. Three lines and a circle there. Okie doke. If anyone has any requests on symbols to roll, let me know. I will tell the dice, not necessarily guaranteeing that the dice will oblige, but we can always try. Okay. A triangle and an X is not helpful for either of my placements here. So maybe I'll just do X and a triangle. Maybe I'll just do that. Just for the sake of getting them out of the way. Oh. So this Friday, friends, I am going to be painting some miniatures, or at least I'm going to attempt to paint miniatures. If you're not following me on social media, I will post my social media handles in the chat. Please give me a follow. You will see all the things that are updating. I try to post fairly consistently in terms of what my schedule is going to be like. But for Festive Fridays, I'm going to attempt to do some mini painting. We'll see how that goes. I usually paint for funsies, so I am not a professional by any means. So if you're looking for a tutorial, this won't be the place for a tutorial. But yeah, I'm going to be painting minis from the game Aftermath. It is a game. It's kind of like a dungeon crawler campaign game from Jerry Hawthorne, who did Mice and Mystics and like Stuffed Fables and Comanauts and things like that. So yeah, tune in for that. Currently, Gamer Kitty Soma is using one of the miniatures as a play toy. So we are trying to find them before tomorrow. If not, I will have plenty of others to paint. So never you mind. There are so many minis in that game that I will not be without. So yes, please tune in on Friday, which is 3 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. GMT, for at least a couple more weeks, or at least a week, because I think they have their daylight savings overseas coming up this weekend. I believe it's the end of March that they have their daylight savings. So, yes. Or you can just type in your search engine 3 p.m. PST to whatever time zone that you are in to convert it. I try to post international time zones as well, because I do have friends overseas that like to watch the stream, so I do want to accommodate to them as well. But yes, I believe it's 10 p.m. GMT for at least the rest of this week. Okie doke. Well, this is not going as well as I thought. Some of you might be thinking, well, Jess, if you're participating, what happens if you win? I will just bask in the glory of winning, although highly unlikely that it will work, because a lot of you that have been playing along in the chat have gotten way better scores than I do. So I don't think I'm going to be basking in any glory anytime soon, but I just enjoy playing along, increase the competition. I think that is one mainstay of playing this game every week, is to get y'all, gamer needs going, because I like to teach games here with y'all. I like to have you all participate with me. That's what I was doing in the before times, before the pandemic happened. I was doing tabletop events at game stores and conventions and things, and so I want to keep that kind of vibe here still going. So yeah. Okay, we've got a triangle pound sign. Triangle pound sign. Hoping I can get better scores on these diagonals too. And keep thinking, friends, who we should raid. We've got several streamer buddies currently online right now. So please keep in mind who you want to pop over and see as we raid. So still got a couple more minutes here before I send you off. So keep those thoughts a churning. Hmm. 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 Here we go. Next roll. Ooh, circle a triangle. Yep. I've only had it happen on the rare occasion where I could not fill in, um, squares. The placement that I had, it left me stuck with an empty space that I couldn't fill in. So I've been very fortunate to be playing this. And for those that are tuning in, if you're like, wait, I thought we were playing Floriferous, we were, and we had the lovely Anna-Maria here with us. We were playing earlier. But this is just kind of the wrap up wind down for my stream. I know some folks like to play marbles. Some folks like to do some Jackbox games at the end of their streams. I like to play some crisscross. So this is what we're doing right now at the end of the stream. But yes, please feel free, if you popped in late, check out the VOD. Go to the Kickstarter for Floriferous. Support some great work happening in the industry. Yeah. Oh, good gravy. I'm gonna get some minus points here, I think. Gonna get some minus points, but that's all right. So yes, thank you all for hanging out and stopping by, for lurking while you're working. You are all wonderful folks. I appreciate all of the chat and hanging out with everybody. Oh, and again. Well, darn it. Okay. I'm just going to do that just for the sake of at least getting points there. So let's count them up, friends. See how we did. I don't think I did very well this time around. So I got a pair here for 2. I got 4 of a kind. That's 8. I just got a pair here for 2 again, and another pair for 2, and 2. We'll go down the column. We've got 3. That is a -5. Good gravy. 2 there. Oh, another -5. Uh-oh, folks. This is not looking good. Couple pairs there. But across, I've got 3 and 2, so that's 5. And going back this way is another 5. So 5, 7, 7 and 8 is 15, 17, 19, 21. That's much better. 3 and 5 is 8, -5. That's back down to 3. That's plus 2 is 5. And a 4. Oh, goodness. I still got less than last time. A 25 that time. Ooh, Gus got 40. 10 on your diagonal instead of -5. Very nice. So Gus is still holding strong with 40 now. He was at 39, but we are at 40 there. So, yeah, and that will do it, friends, for this stream. I will be back on Friday, like I said, with some mini painting. So stay tuned for that. 3 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. GMT. Gonna be painting some miniatures from Aftermath. Yes. And let's see who we shall raid today. I see currently we've got Policino. Looks like he's doing some video game. We've got Board Game House. Not sure what they're playing yet. Looks like they're just chatting at the moment. Meeple Conrad. Oh, he's got a birthday for Sass Queen. Board Gamer Steph's doing a roll and write. Molecules playing game. Let's go over to Meeple Conrad. It is Sass Queen's birthday today, so let's send it over there and give all the love to her for her birthday. Make sure you send all the emotes, all the lovely stuff to her in the chat. Thank you to everybody that's been hanging out and enjoying some Floriferous with me today. It has been lovely, as always, to have you all here. I appreciate you all, and be kind to one another. Have fun playing more games, and I will see you next time. Take care, folks.